Welcome to this demo of setting up Cutting Board for use with Adobe Premiere. Those of you that have already used keyboard shortcuts or customized keyboard shortcuts in Premiere will have a bit of an advantage. If you haven't done it before, it's just something that you'll have to engage with in order to do this, but I'm literally going to talk through it right now. So the first thing we need to do is go to the Premiere Pro menu and go to keyboard shortcuts, like so. You can see that under keyboard layout presets, there are various different settings here. And after you finish setting up the cutting board and saved it as a preset, you'll be able to switch between it and the standard default using this menu. In order to set it up for cutting board, you need to not only set up the shortcuts that cutting board needs, but also remove the default setting keyboard shortcut settings that are assigned to those keys, which means that normal keyboard shortcuts that you may be used to using in Premiere won't work when you're using cutting board. And you'll be able to switch to and from the different settings using this menu. So this first thing that we're going to do is just going to have a look at the configuration chart, and I'm going to just go down it, and the first thing I'm going to do is have a look at left arrow, and left arrow needs to be reconfigured to window and projects. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually take off all the shortcuts that have been assigned to it so far by clicking these little cross buttons here, like so. So they're obviously just shortcuts that will work maybe in different windows, but to avoid confusion, it's best to start with a clean slate. And then I'm going to find the command that I want to assign. So in this case, it's projects, and it's actually window projects or windowed. Because it's a shortcut to something under the window menu, and we can see that the shortcut that's normally set to select the project window is Shift 1. But in order to set the left arrow to this, we can select it here and then literally click it and drag it onto the none up here. Yeah. If you want, you can also take away the Shift 1 just to keep it simple. Okay. There's no change on the up or down arrows, and there's no change on enter and return. The X key, which is default, is mark clip. I'm going to take away mark clip from that and just select it again, and that needs to be set to Windows source monitor. So just scroll down a bit. If I just type in here source monitor, it should find it, and there it is. So I'm just going to drag that onto none up there, and I'll just to make things simpler, remove what's on it there as well. So now if I was to click the X, it tells you that that source monitor is assigned. Okay. Moving on, the next one is Z. So I'm going to take off what's assigned to Z. There we are. I'm just going to select it again. And this needs to be assigned to Window Program Monitor. So I'm just going to type program there, and there it is, Window Program Monitor. And I'm just going to drag this on like so, and I'll just take away the other shortcut that's on there, just to keep this one as simple as is possible. So when we're using cutting board, it's best that other shortcuts that it doesn't use don't do anything, rather than do something that we may not want it to do. Okay. Next one is W. So I'm just going to take off W there, take off what's on it, select it again, and W needs to be set to extract, and it's actually sequence extract. Yeah, like so. And I'm just going to take off what else is on there. The next one is V. So I'm just going to have a look at V, and I'm going to take off what's set onto V. These little crosses, to get rid of them, are quite fiddly if you're not used to doing these. And this is going to be clip and insert. So if I just type in insert. There we are. And those click and insert, and just make sure that, yeah, we still have V selected. I'm just going to drag insert onto there, like so. The next one is A. So again, A, and I'm just going to click to get rid of what's on there. And that's going to be set to markers clear in and out. So if I set this to clear in, and there it is. So application markers clear in and out. And oh, I forgot to just select it again, like so, and just drag that on like so. D. I need to get rid of what's been set there. And that needs to be set to go to in. Yeah, so it's in markers go to in. I keep forgetting that, so select, drag on, like so. F is go to out, so let's just set F and let's remove what's on F. And let's type go to out. Select it again. Just drag that on like so. I, for marking, has literally no change made to it. G is set to mark out, so we need to select G, remove what is on it, and then I'm going to type mark out. There we are, just select it again, and just drag that in like so. Then we've got P, which needs to be set to play into out. So let's just take away those, and let's say play in to out, which is there. So I'm just going to select P again, play into out. There we are, and I'm just going to take off whatever else is attached to it. Not that it will make any difference, but just to keep it it's as simple as possible. Moving on, the next one, R. Again, I'm going to take out everything that's in there, and R needs to be set to go to previous edit point. So go to previous edit point, which is there. Yeah. And S is go to next edit point. So I'm just going to select the S, and I'm going to get rid of that. And let's also get rid of the up for previous edit point as well, just to keep that simple. And then S is going to go to next. So go to next edit point. And there we are, and I'll just remove the down from that as well. J, K, and L have no change. Q needs to be set to either trim window or deselect all, depending on the option that you want to set it to. So please read the notes on that. If you want to use the trim window functionality, you can type trim here and then set it to, where are we? Sequence trim edit. Yeah? And assign that. If you don't want to use the trim window, you can set it to deselect all. Okay, so I'm just going to use that for the moment, just to keep it simple. I'll leave that one also set to Shift Command A, just because that's a very useful one to get out of selection if you've accidentally selected everything. We've then got key 1, which needs to be set to select nearest edit point as ripple out. So as ripple, there we are. So if I select 1, let's select nearest edit point as ripple out, like so. 2 is as ripple in. Ooh, let's let's just reselect that. So we'll drag that on. Okay. 5 needs to be set to trim backward. So if I just take that out, I just don't trim. There is trim backward. And 6 needs to be set to trim forward. So let's just take that out. And there's trim forward. I probably should have taken out what was in there as well. Okay, so trim forward, and let's take out what's in there, and let's do the same with trim backward as well, just to keep it simple. And then you'll either use the space bar to play around, or to play stop toggle, depending on whether you're using the trim window or not. So if you're using the trim window functionality, you can set it to play stop toggle, which is this one here. And that is the default. It's effectively already set to. I'm going to change it to play around because I'm not using the trim window, so I'm just going to select it there and remove what's in it. And just set it to play around. Okay, like so. Yeah. After you've set all of these, how you want them to be, you would then save this as a custom layout preset. So if I go to save as here, I could call this cutting board. Yeah. If you're making 2 sets, one for using the trim window and one for for trimming without the trim window, you may call one with the trim window functionality and without. I've just set this up without, and I'm just going to use this one. So I'm just going to call it cutting board and nothing else. And okay. And now you can switch between the two here. So I could go to Adobe Premiere Pro default, or I could go to cutting board. Yeah, and I could literally go to OK, and then that's the one I'm using. To switch back, I'd go into keyboard shortcuts, Premiere Pro defaults, OK, and switch back. And I can literally switch to and fro, back and forth as much as I like. So that's how we configure cutting board in Premiere Pro.